Alright, this video is called Will It Start? And it's not just will it start, will I be able to start with what gear? I'm pairing the Condor S with the Condor M stab, and I have the M tail, so the little longer tail, but I put it on the shorter version. And I have the Condor M, its bigger brother, and I paired it with the Condor XS. So the small stab, I have it on the short tail, the XS tail. So this is what we're gonna do. I have two different masts just because I don't have two 75 centimeter masts, but one is 75, one is 85, and I don't want to screw around too much with these. So let's see, will it start? Now let's start with the running start, which is my go-to start. It's the easiest for me. So with the big wings, it's going to be pretty short. And honestly, time-wise, I filmed this at the end and I didn't have battery anymore in my Insta360. So you see just a few clips with the big and the small Condor, which usually it was pretty easy for me, honestly. As the wind picked up, I wanted to try some para-wing pump foiling, but it was actually harder than I thought, especially with the start, because I focused on the para-wing and it didn't really work. All right, I'm just back from a session with the Barracudas, Barracuda XXL, 1600-ish of square centimeters, and the Barracuda L, 1050 square centimeters and span. And I paired the Barracuda with the bigger Condor M stab. I already managed to pump it, but is it possible for me to drop start it? Is it possible to static start it? Let's find out. And of course, I'm gonna do the same with the Barracuda XL and the very, very small Condor XS stab, 101 square centimeters. So very, very nice pitch sensitivity. Let's get into it. So here I changed to the Barracudas, and again here with the running start, pretty easy. I always had to adjust to the XS stab, so the pitch axis is a lot more agile, a lot more sensitive. Still very fun and quite easy on my level with the XL. Super nice glide, very enjoyable. So I thought, let's switch it up. Let's take the small Barracuda L, which has 1050 span and square centimeters. I've started this from that dog before, so I thought, all right, a few tries and it's gonna be easy, gonna go again, but I really had some trouble. And I'm not gonna show you everything because that would just take too long. And just for you to see, I'm not that good. So if you see good clips of me, you might think that I'm better than I actually am. But here you can see I really had some trouble. Also because this Barracuda L is quite different. You have to put a lot of front foot pressure or stand. If I have the small 83 centimeter board, you have to stand really very much in front of the board to push it down. So I changed to the XS tail and I thought, all right, the pitch axis is gonna be a little easier to control. But of course it didn't work that well. I stood too much to the back and it just wasn't that great. So I thought, come on, it's not possible. I spent over 45 minutes on that. And when I fell here, I saw, oh, Balz is arriving. If you don't know Balz, at Radiculo, the freestyle king, god of winging and pump foiling, it's his local spot. And I wrote him up and I just said, can you just show me again how it's done? And he still just put on his wetsuit and said, all right, I'm not gonna get wet. And he just took it, went out and said, all right, look, it's fine. And so I thought, all right, it is possible, even if Balz, of course, is someone else. Stay dry. So I thought like, okay, come on, it must be possible. And I went, and with he looking how it was doing, it actually worked. So that was the first time here during that session where I actually was able to start it. And from then on, I had it. So really, from then on, all the starts went fine. So it is possible. Change of scenery earlier that morning, the static start, or I think that what it's called. If it's called differently, please tell me so in the comments. Big front wing, small stab, static start, pretty okay. So that worked as well. I wasn't there alone, I was there with Rafael, a local guy who's foiling on a foil scoot. If you're interested in foil scoot and if you want me to try it and tell you what the difficulties are for a pump foiler, then tell me so in the comments or write me a DM. So we're talking a lot obviously between the runs. But here, Condor S, so the smaller front wing, the M stab and the XS tail. First static start here, worked as well. Quite all right. So these two front wings for this static start, really not an issue and very nice to pump. So let's switch it to the Barracuda line. The big front wing XS stab. Here again, regular static start. Had to get used to the XS stab again, but once you have it, the Barracuda XL with its big surface is really a nice front wing to pump as well. Then I took the Barracuda L, but honestly, I didn't really believe in it because the dock was a bit slippery and I really thought that I had to really push hard to get some speed, get some momentum. I tried it anyway, just for the sake of it, but as you can see, no chance really. I even tried it a second time. The camera didn't follow, but it doesn't even worth pointing the camera to my direction. Just no chance. Now let's come to my least favorite start, the drop start. I'm not sure why it is. I'm just a little scared. Just releasing the board, throwing the board and then jumping, and I never know where exactly I'm gonna land. So I really need to overcome my fear when trying that start. And of course, maybe I could start the Barracuda L. And if you think, yes, you have to go give it a try, focus more and just practice more, then tell me so. But you know, here I had some trouble with the big front wing as well. So let's just go through a couple of fails until I more or less managed that drop start.
If you're thinking, that's a cool bicycle cap. It's from the Gelateria di Berna. Friends of mine own it. Very nice gelato in Bern, Zurich. I think in Basel as well. But if you just like the cap, the link is in the description. Get one. They have it in brown and pink. Very nice. Thanks guys for sending me these cool caps.
Enough publicity, let's get back to that drop start. Eventually I managed to do it, especially with the long mast, and that front wing, the Condor M, really easy to pump, but still fun, especially when you pair it with a very small stab. So the XS stab, very fun, very playful. Then it was time to take the smaller one and I thought, all right, it's gonna be easy because I did it on the big one and the static start was easy, but actually, again, changing the setup, changing the board, finding that right spot where to land wasn't as simple as I thought. But after a few failed starts, I managed to get it going, and still the Condor S is a little more difficult, obviously, than the M, but still a lot more playful, a lot more agile. And as always, once I have the start, I always feel like I need to confirm it and start again. So once I did that, I changed to the
Barracuda XL.
And I threw it like I did the other one, but actually it just sank. So really the lift is somewhat different and you have to throw these Barracudas a little flatter than the Condors. But once I did that as well, it worked quite easily because the Barracuda XL with its 1600 square centimeters is still a pretty big front wing, so that helps a lot. And still working on those turns, I learned something.
It's interesting. If you make a sharp turn with the Barracuda, as it has less lift, you need to put more pressure on the back foot. Interesting. Barracuda L. The L, 1050 square centimeters, same amount of span. Let's see what happens.
I wasn't really expecting a lot, honestly, but I was surprised at the first go. I kind of felt it, but then fail after fail after fail, and I realized it's not gonna happen.
All right, that's a no for the jump start, for the drop start so far, but I'm just not good enough yet. I don't think it's impossible with that foil. I don't throw it well. I jump not consistently on the same spot, so I think that's the main problem. What do you think?
Welcome. Always when I'm editing on a balance board. It's just you improve your balance while working, so it's easy, it's low key, and it's fun as well. If you like that video, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, that helps a lot. And if you think about buying one of these foils, then hit me up, write me a DM. I can hook you up with 10% on your next order. All right, if you were to ask me to keep just one foil setup, I would pick this one. This is the Indiana 75 centimeter HM mast. It's the Condor S front wing, which is not only quite easy to start for me, but also very agile. I would choose the Condor M stab, which is super thin and fast and helps a lot in every axis. And I would use the XSS tail, so pretty short distance for more agility as well. Not only can you use this setup for pumping, you can also use it for winging or para-winging or downwinding. So if you would ask me to just keep one, that's what I would choose. All right, what do you think? Do I have to give the Barracuda L another chance? Tell me so in the comments, and see you guys in the next one. Cheers.